am now very excited to know how exactly you help the people clear their subconscious blocks. I mean, would you like to share one or two techniques, or maybe just an insight or a glimpse into what exactly you do, how you go on, or like have your clients and sit with them and help them out? So, a glimpse of it is.
Okay, so I'm suggesting this, and you can say no. Okay, but I'll give you a little breakdown of how exactly a session happens, what happens, and then if you're
Okay.
open to it, I can change. I can find and change a belief that you have that you might want to
Okay.
change. Okay,
All right.
and
All
we
right.
will go for one that will help everybody listening. So if I work,
Amazing.
it will help everybody listening. We can lift a belief for all the listeners. And what's interesting is it doesn't have to be in real time. So if they listen to this recording in 3 years' time, it'll still have the same effect. Okay.
Yes.
So if you're open to that, shall we do that? Then you'll get an idea of what I do and how I do it.
Yes, absolutely. Now I'm really excited about this session.
Okay. So just to set the scene, when somebody I do distance healing. So I do, it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're sitting on the sun, or you haven't been born yet, or you died, and it's in the past or the future, or it's now, and you could be somewhere, anywhere in the world. I can work with you, and I have people come to my office, but in my space, so on Zoom, they sit in the office. Then I'll usually start with a prayer, and the reason I start with a prayer is because I have to tap into the source of all that is. So in other words, I don't do anything. I get guided by the highest source I can find. So if we call that source God, you can call that source whatever you like. It doesn't matter. And the person who comes to me, my client, doesn't have to believe anything. They can be an atheist. They can think I'm talking absolute rubbish and walk out and think, oh, she didn't do a thing. But it it works. If you come into my office, or if you come to me, it works, whether you like it or not. But I don't do anything without a person's permission. So I always ask them, and I always tell them what I'm doing. And then the actual
Okay.
session is really like a conversation. It's really like storytelling. And
Okay.
as you mentioned, I do have this series of books called The Mystic Storyteller. And I was
Mhm.
just thinking, in fact, yesterday I was thinking, because I tell people in my sessions, okay, I'm going to tell you a story. You don't have to believe a word I'm saying. You don't have to buy into it. But when I tell the story, it changes your cells. It changes their vibration. They are listening. And it's a story. And then I thought, goodness me, I really am a mystic storyteller. It's in the
Mhm.
stories of the healing. So to finish up the explanation, a session is like sitting and hearing stories in which you're the main character.
Okay.
Okay, so I can start with a question. All right. So my
Okay.
question to you is, let me see what creator says. If you could change one thing in your life, what would you like to change?
Okay. Um,
Now,
I would like to
yeah, it
now.
doesn't have to be serious, okay? It can be like, I would like to stop my little sister from screaming all the time, or shouting, or taking my toys, or I'm not saying that you would do that, but I'm saying it can be light-hearted. It doesn't have to be serious. We don't have to go serious. But if you can change one thing, what would you like to change?
Okay. So, um, I would like to change one thing. Now I want to share this with you. So I have been trying a lot of things. First, I wanted to get a permanent government job as a bureaucrat in India, but I have been preparing very hard for this exam, very hard for so many years, but yet I could not get through. So I thought, okay, but I got through other exams and I became a radio jockey with the radio station. And I also got to work with the Prime Minister's office and the President of India. So that opportunities were there. But the things that I wanted to become a bureaucrat basically did not happen.
Right.
So now, currently, I mean, I had this like just a few months back, I decided that, okay, whatever knowledge and experience I have gained over the years as a radio anchor and like translating speeches, so I know how a speech is written, how a script is written, and how to speak in front of the people. So I thought that, okay, let me teach all of that to the people. So I have just started with all that. So basically, I'm again confused about if it is working or not, and if I am, going in the right direction or not, whether like I'm going to get paid clients or not. So all of those questions keep running in my head all the time. So all of that thing is going on, basically, like whether like my business is going to run properly or not. So
Okay.
all those
So
questions.
it's about, so
Yeah.
your question is really about your journey into the professional speaking training space.
Yes.
Are you going in
Yes.
the right direction? Okay, and some insight on why you didn't get the job as a bureaucrat. I can really see you as a bureaucrat, by the way. Okay. All right. So let me ask Creator then what we need to do. I have your permission to do that?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So he's laughing. He thinks this is hilarious. He just saw how you were like trying to be a bureaucrat, and you're just not a bureaucrat. You know, you're too beautiful. I mean, I'm not saying bureaucrats are not beautiful, but you're just like, your energy is too, it's meant for so much more. Okay?
Okay.
It's meant for,
Okay.
you're meant to touch people. So what you're doing now with the radio and that, you're touching people. And that's what you're supposed to be doing. You know, reaching out to people, just touching their lives, making their lives a happier place, even though they might be, you know, desperate or in real, just a moment with you cheers them up, you know. And if you've done that for someone, wow, that's a wow. Okay. So now he says he's very pleased you didn't get through the exams.
Oh, amazing.
He said, shoo, that was a close shave, because you're very bright and you should have passed. So I don't know why you didn't, but maybe a few angels had a little, you know, say in that and change some of your answers. Okay. All right. So then now we're talking about the public speaking. He says you have a great gift. He says you have a great gift. And while I'm saying that, I've got angels all around me. I can feel them. Okay. He says you have an insight into people. Okay. You understand people without them telling you a whole lot of stuff. You can see their issues and their problems, and you are able to connect with them and help them overcome them. So, and he says, you know, when you can help a person to speak on stage, you don't only help them in that sphere of their life, do you? I mean, the confidence in their whole life is different, isn't it? And that's what you're supposed to be doing. So even if you don't make a success of your business, okay, say you don't get so many followers and all of that, it doesn't matter. If you change one person's life, if you have that effect on someone where before they didn't want to show their face, but now they have the confidence to go and use their voice to speak to people, that is incredible. And you have the gift to be able to do that. So he's giving a big tick for your journey. And I think I'll ask him to send some angels, okay, to you, to make sure that you make the right moves to attract the right people and the right clients and the right people to who need the work that you can do with them and what you can offer. How does that make you feel?
I mean, so far, whatever you have said to me right now, like whatever you have conveyed to me, like these are like very correct, I believe. I mean, all the things that you have talked about my personality, all of that is very true. And over, like on top of that, you said that it was not meant to be, that bureaucracy thing was not meant to be, but something better is there for me. So I am feeling really happy about that. Like whatever happened and is happening is for my own good. So that is like really pleasing. I mean, I'm feeling very deburdened right now.
Oh, that's wonderful. So you feel lighter. Is that it?
Lighter, yeah.
People feel
I feel
lighter
better.
after sessions. They do. 99% of them say, I feel lighter when I ask them how they feel. So because they don't have to now worry about the fact that you can just think, oh my God, I sat through those exams, I studied, and some silly little angel came and changed my answer, so I failed. It wasn't me. So you can blame the angel, say, okay, because you needed to go on this path that you're on. Okay? And now we don't know where it's going to take you, but this is a good start. All right.
I feel really great about this entire sentence. I mean, the path I'm right now on, that is going to take me to some really good direction. So hearing that itself makes me feel so light and deburdened.
That's wonderful. And being on the radio, and as I say, you touch people. You touch them. When you speak on the radio and they hear your voice, you speak like I'm speaking to your cells of your body. You also tweak their cells. They hear you. The cells, they hear you. The person might not, but their bodies hear you and they feel better. So you actually are really a healer in your own way.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that's really good to know.
So now for all those people out there, I'm just going to ask Creator what we can do for all the listeners. Okay, let me see what he said. He says, I must, okay, so a lot of your listeners don't feel that they are all right. You know, they feel that they're broken. They feel there's something wrong with them. They feel that everybody else is better than them. So Creator just wants me to give them the teaching that they're okay, that they are absolutely okay just as they are, and not to mess with that, you know. So I'm just going to give the teaching, and I'm going to give it to you, and through you, whenever you speak to anyone, it's going to go through to them. Okay, so we're going to embed it like a code. Are you happy with that?
Okay. Of course.
Okay, so we're going.
Nothing can be better than this.
Now, this is where the mystic storytelling comes in. Okay, so listen to this story. So I'm getting this picture. We must go into the main frame of the computer. So you can imagine Google's mainframe, or you know, Facebook. Their mainframes are huge, huge. And that they're all going automatically. They've all been coded and everything. So I'm going into that mainframe computer, and I know nothing about coding, etc. Okay, so I'm going in there, and I'm sneaking past the guard, because you're distracting the guard so that I can get in. So I get in, and then I go into the furthest, darkest corner I can find, and there is a little code going. It's going 1001010, and I'm changing it to 0100010001. So it's changed. And that is the one for I'm okay. Okay?
Oh.
Okay, so now that is the mainframe of the computer of the universe. All our programming. You know, we're all programmed on a subconscious. So now I've changed it, and I'm coming out there now, and you're really chatting up the guard. You shouldn't do that, you know, but I understand why, but you've got quite a thing for this guard. He's quite nice, okay? He's quite nice to look at too, so it was good. Anyway, I slip out, and then you say, okay, bye, we're going now. And before the guard knows it, we're out of there. Okay, so that's the story. And it's actually that I've just changed the code in our DNA for all those listeners that listen to you, when they listen to you, when they hear you, that little code will change. You're okay. Okay? And all the ones that are listening now, you're actually okay. No matter how bad you feel about yourself, no matter what, but you're actually just okay. And it's lovely. So,
Thanks a lot. Like, I can't thank you enough for this session. Like, having one-on-one with you on my show. This is amazing.
I know, it's a pleasure. It's wonderful. Yeah. Thank you for having me on your show. It's so exciting. So exciting. Yeah.
Okay, so one last question, which is about public speaking. So you told me that you have a speaking course to clear the subconscious blocks in the speakers, people who want to go and speak on stage. So I would say that there are people who have stage fright. So they have stage fright, although I help them gain confidence with their speaking. But there are some people who are like extreme case situations. I mean, scenarios where they are getting panic attacks, they have social anxiety, and they kind of shiver and they cannot ever go on stage and cannot even imagine speaking on stage. So how would you help them? I mean, do you think that energy healing can help them as well?
Okay, so for example, I had a person who has a wonderful voice, a singer, and she had that exact problem. She would not get on the stage. Nothing could grab. And after 3 sessions with me, she actually sang in a concert and she just rocked it. And she's never looked back.
Wow.
So, I mean, if you can sing on stage, you can speak on stage, I would say. Wouldn't you say so?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, yeah.
So I have, so energy healing definitely can help for those people who are extreme cases, okay? Often in their past, and it might not be in this lifetime, they don't understand why they're so frightened or why it freaks them out. But it may have been that in a past life, they were the leader of a clan and they stood up and said, right, we've got to do this, we've got to go down that path and we will get free because the baddies are coming and they're going to kill us all. Okay, and because they're such a powerful speaker, all right, people would listen to them. And then they all followed them and then they were led into an ambush and they all died anyway. So that is a huge shock for that person because they think, oh my heavens, what have I done? I've killed all these people. All right. And so that person would, and that impression would be so deep that it comes through in another lifetime, through the lifetimes that follow. Now, you don't have to believe anything I'm telling you. This is the story. Okay, so it might be that somebody has that story embedded in their subconscious. So we have to find that story, whatever story it is, heal the story, and then they are not so frightened. And then you lift all the other subconscious beliefs around public speaking. And then they should be good to go.
Absolutely. So this was really a great insight. Like, we never delved this deeper into this topic because, you know, I have already told you that I have my interest in learning more about the subconscious and learning about the law of attraction. But I never had this unique insight about the things, how they work, and especially getting on the session with you. So that was an overall an amazing session today, amazing show today. And I'm sure our listeners, our viewers are going to gain a lot from this particular episode. So I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Beryl. It was amazing having you on our show.
Well, it's fantastic to have been on your show. And yeah, so in the next couple of weeks, I will have up and running my membership site, which only costs $7 a month. You know, it's called mysoulcoach.club. Okay, and people can sign on to there, and they can get every week. There will be some meditations put up that you can do. and you will get access to lifting blocks, and there will be, I'll put some up on public speaking as well. So every week I put new ones up, and then you'll be able to just listen to that, and you'll be able to have those blocks lifted. Okay. You might find that some don't change, and then you have to go a step further and you have to find someone who can lift them for you. Okay.
Yes,
Because there's some deep
definitely.
underlying problem, but we can work with the general ones. So that's one my shout out for me there. Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell our viewers that if you really want to get hold of this amazing offer, the link is down in the description box. You can go and check out and definitely sign up for this membership program by Beryl. Okay, so
Right.
that's for today. I think, Beryl, if you have anything to say to our listeners, you can go ahead. Otherwise, I'm going to just
Well, I just want to wish everybody, I don't believe in luck, okay, but I want to wish everybody well. Our lives can be, life is so short. It is so short. It can be ended in a second. So you have to lock in the value of every single day. And so if you just do one little thing that makes you happy, just do one little thing that makes you happy every single day, then you've locked in the value of the day and you haven't wasted your life. And that's what I want for you. Don't waste your life.
wow.
Okay.
That's a really beautiful thought to say goodbye to the people. Really beautiful thoughts. Thank you so much, Beryl, for being on the show and sharing such beautiful insights with all of us. Thanks a lot. So, signing off from Share It with Ishani, and bye bye to Beryl Brookman.